Dr. Mouse by Christa Kempter and Amélie Jackowski. Every morning when the sun rose over the forest, Dr. Mouse opened the old barn door and carefully hung up his sign. Consultations from sunrise to sunset. He then straightened up the 6 chairs, put on his white coat, laid 3 cushions on a wobbly armchair, and sat down on the top one. This enabled his patients to see him. Dr. Mouse did not have to wait long. The first patient to come flapping into the office looking very nervous was a chicken. "Keep calm, Miss Chicken, keep calm," said Dr. Mouse. "Now sit down quietly and wait. Chair number 1, please." "But the sun rose ages ago," squawked the chicken. "Consultations only begin when all 6 chairs are occupied, Miss Chicken. I've never heard anything so crazy in all my life. Cluck, cluck! And you've got your coat on the wrong way around, Doctor," cackled the chicken. "That's the way it is," said Dr. Mouse, and he took a bite out of his cube of breakfast cheese. Not long after, the second patient arrived. A dog. "Hello, Mr. Dog. So, what's wrong with you? You're next in line. Chair number 2, please." The third patient was a bear. "Good morning, Mr. Bear. Chair number 3, please." The fourth patient was a rabbit. Come in, no need to be shy. Chair number 4, please." The fifth patient was an owl. "Up so early, Miss Owl? Chair number 5, please." Dr. Mouse waited for a while, but chair number 6 remained empty. "Well, that's a surprise. There's never been a vacant chair before," said Dr. Mouse. "Never mind. The day is still young. We'll begin the consultations all the same. Let's start with you, Miss Chicken. What's the trouble?" "It's terrible. I'm all aflutter. Can't keep still and simply can't get any sleep. And it's all because of a dreadful ghost. Every night it sits under my bed, moaning and groaning until my head's bursting." "But, Miss Chicken, there is no such thing as a ghost," said Dr. Mouse. "Of course there is. I've seen one with my own eyes." "No problem, Miss Chicken," said Dr. Mouse. "We'll find a way to deal with it. I just need to have a little think. Let's move on for now." "I don't think I know you, Mr. Dog." "Of course you know me, Dr. Mouse," snapped the dog. "I come to your office every week." "If you say so, then it must be true," replied Dr. Mouse. "So, why have you come this week? I've told you 100 times. I get bored at home. At least I can have a bit of company here." Even before the doctor could say anything, the chicken let out a happy squawk. "Then you need a friend. Someone like me." The dog looked at the chicken in surprise. "You think so? Yeah, well, okay. You can be my friend, and I'll chase your ghost away for you." "Excellent," cried Dr. Mouse. "I think that solves the problem." Now we come to you, Mr. Wolf. How are your stomach pains today?" "Bear, not wolf," growled the bear, "and my stomach is still hurting." "What do you normally eat for breakfast?" asked the doctor. "Cream cake." "And for lunch?" "Cream cake." "And for supper?" The bear thought for a moment. "Cream cake. There is nothing better in the whole world. Would you like to try a piece?" He pulled out a packet and held a piece of cream cake under Dr. Mouse's whiskers. But the doctor preferred to stick with his cube of cheese. "We'll soon find a cure for you, Mr. Bear. But let's have a look at our next patient first." "Now then, Miss Rabbit, what's the matter with you? Your cheeks are bright red." Miss Rabbit shuffled awkwardly back and forth on her chair. "That is the problem," she whispered. "I'm just so shy. That's why I keep going red." "But it suits you, Miss Rabbit," said the bear. "Really?" said Miss Rabbit, turning even redder. "Besides, I'm much too small. Nobody ever takes notice of me." "That's not so good," said the bear. "A nice little rabbit like you. Listen, I've got an idea. If the two of us go out together, everyone's going to think she must be mighty fine rabbit to have such a great big bear for a friend. And if we go through the town on my motorbike together, they'll all be amazed at how brave you are." "That would be lovely," whispered the rabbit. "And I could cook you a nice healthy meal of carrot soup with dandelion dumplings and lots of mint tea." The bear wrinkled his nose. "But we'll have cream cake for after?" "Not too much, though," warned Dr. Mouse, shoving another piece of cheese into his mouth. These consultations were hard work, and they made him hungry. "Wonderful! Another case solved," he said, with his cheeks bulging. "Your turn now, Miss Owl. Tell me all your troubles." "Something's not right with me, Dr. Mouse. The day before yesterday, I didn't recognize my cousin at the top of the pine tree. Yesterday, I flew straight into a tree trunk, and even you look rather blurred as well." Dr. Mouse shined his light into the owl's eyes. "It may be, Miss Owl, that you are in need of a pair of spectacles." "Spectacles?" screeched the owl. "I never thought of that." At this moment, a fox came strolling in. "What are you all doing here?" "At last!" cried Dr. Mouse, clapping his feet with pleasure. "The 6th patient. Chair number 6, please." "What do you mean, patient?" asked the fox. "I've just popped in for a short rest, and also because I'm hungry. Every day I run up and down the mountain 3 times. "Please don't overdo it, Mr. Fox," warned Dr. Mouse. "Once up and down the mountain is all you need to stay healthy. And now, would you all please keep quiet?" The somewhat startled fox bowed his head. The bear generously pushed the last cream cake toward the fox, who was delighted. "I've also brought something nice with me," said the fox. Out of his backpack, he took an alarm clock, a sun hat, a glove, and a pair of spectacles. "Ah, a pair of spectacles for Miss Owl!" cried Dr. Mouse triumphantly. "Well, fancy that!" screeched Miss Owl. "I don't believe it. I can see every hair of your whiskers, Dr. Mouse, and every feather on Miss Chicken. May I keep the spectacles, Mr. Fox?" "Of course you can," said Mr. Fox. "They're of no use to me." Out of sheer joy, Miss Owl kissed Mr. Fox on the cheek. "Ouch!" howled the fox. "With a beak as sharp as that, you shouldn't kiss anybody." Dr. Mouse giggled and gobbled up his last cube of cheese. "Isn't it wonderful, my dears? Everybody fit and well again, all bright and cheerful." He yawned. His little eyes became even smaller, and very soon he was happily snoring away in his armchair. Very quietly, the animals left the barn. But no sooner were they outside than they started running and racing, flapping and fluttering around. "He's so nice," said the dog. "Best doctor in the world," boomed the bear. "He always knows what to do." "It's just a pity he wears his coat the wrong way around," clucked the chicken. "I'll have to come again tomorrow. Otherwise, who's going to tell him?" It would be some time before the sun set behind the forest, but if no more patients came, Dr. Mouse would simply be able to go on sleeping. After all, tomorrow was sure to be another busy day. The end.